Hello, everyone. And I have someone very special for you to meet, someone who's very close to my heart, who I've got to hang out with at Mission Beach, but who is also one of my amazing authors. Cathy Dimarchos, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Can we talk about your amazing book, Same People, Different Vision? I am in this book today, in the energy of this book, and now we're doing an interview about you and this book that's coming out next month. Can you share with me the why behind writing this book, Cathy?
So it really came about at a time where obviously it was during the pandemic, and I also had my father that was incredibly ill. So for me, in that moment, it was what else could I do? What could I do genuinely to actually contribute to pay things forward? So for me, I'm always thinking about the future because it's not just about now. So I sat back and thought, how can I contribute in a way where we can create a ripple effect and really start to reshape people's way of thinking? So that's how it started.
Oh, and you've just it whenever I'm reading your book, it's like you're speaking to me, and but you're speaking to me with the purpose of helping me as an individual be my best self. And there's not many authors who do that, totally selfless. You're just so selfless. You just give all of yourself to us. You share all of your knowledge. There's no holding back. And there's so much in this book, but you've gifted us the gift of it not being too overly worded, so we can just jump in, get the goodness out of it that we need, and get actioning it in our lives. So was that a purposeful endeavor for you?
So if I would look, my background is finance. So writing is not necessarily my gift, so to speak, but I'm very big on showing people. And so when you say that you feel like I'm talking to you, that is exactly my purpose. That was the intention in really actually becoming quite succinct and being able to deliver the message that's going to work for you. There's no point in actually putting in extra words. I think I talk about minimalize and get out what it is that you need to, because that's what people need to hear.
Oh, you walk your talk. You definitely do. I absolutely adore it, and that's the thing. We don't have we'll not sit in the words and not get actionable. You just encourage us to do that and get actionable in our lives. Oh, and I just smile when I think of this book and the impact it's going to have in the world. But one thing I want people to know about you, because you're so humble in this, in everything that you do, and you do so much for others. So can you share with us there's a project behind these everything that you do? Can you share with us a little bit about that so we can know more?
Yeah, so I started working in Tanzania because it was a love project of my daughter when she turned 16 and Ebola broke out. She wanted to contribute to the world. So her first trip was to Africa, and that started with working in orphanages. Ever since then, we started to go back almost annually and contribute in some way. And during that process, I started to do leadership development. And so I've now actually created another project, which is called Raise the Baseline. That is a big part of my business. And everything that I do is actually about that. And it's leadership development, not just to adults. We are now actually going into schools, and the school that we're working with predominantly is called the School of St. Jude's. And they've actually asked us to start with students who have just finished year 6. So we run 4 programs, and they're all leadership development. It's actually about starting to reshape their mind and giving them purpose and letting them know that people from across the world actually care. You know, they don't need to know us, but they need to know that we're actually there for them in supporting them and guiding them. And then we actually work with the alumni, and that's on 2 levels. We work with them in respect to corporate lives and showing them leadership skills that they can take into their career. And then we work with entrepreneurs. But the entrepreneurial program is an induction program that gives them a social enterprise outlook. So they've got to also contribute in paying forward.
This is huge. It is huge. And just think about that name, raise the baseline. That's exactly what you are doing and what you are facilitating. And it's all starts with your vision, doesn't it, Kathy? Like that is it.
It really is. And every time I actually think about it, I just, where you get those real nerves in your belly. And that's how I feel every single day. I'm just so energized. And I'm so blessed with the people that are actually surrounding me and joining me on this journey. One of the young women that I've actually been doing leadership development for that started that very first year is one of my facilitators now on the ground there. So it is so nice to just see other people shining just from that little contribution that we make.
Absolutely. And I have watched you, and we've known each other now for a few short months, but I have watched you. I've just watched how people who you need to have on your journey just gravitate in there. And like you are not a person to ask for help. I know that you're so humble and you're so hardworking and you have a very strong vision, one that's just so powerful. Like I know that in a few years' time, like goodness me, the impact you're having here where your energy is focused is just going to be phenomenal, but it's leading the way. You're such an inspired leader. And your book, I'm bringing us back to the book, Same People, Different Vision. This is the book that you wrote the book you needed to read, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. Look, I've gone back to it so many times and I think, oh my gosh, did I write that? Oh, wow, that's just so relevant. Like, yes. So I surprised myself, and particularly I talk about psychological safety, and that's something that's so relevant in today's environment. Just before writing the book, I had actually come back from doing a national speaking engagement, and
Yeah.
I was talking about change and transformation, and talking about how we really need to be a lot more adaptable, in the way that people work. And then the pandemic hit, so
Eh, You didn't make it happen though. It was just
no, 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 no.
you felt it coming. But it is that you are so intuitive, you feel into it, but you are solution based and you are genuinely giving us all of the tools that we need to start to move forward with the visions that we have. It's so powerful. Guys, you have to grab this book. Okay. Same People, Different Vision. It's just a game changer. But I want to also talk before we leave about going against the grain project. So can you share, because this is a book that's coming out early next year, amazing vision for this. So share.
So that book again is similar message, but really talking to the future generation and everybody, to inspire them to just be who they are. You don't have to do things the way that they have been done in the past. It's okay to do it your way. And when you do that, you are actually giving others permission to do the same. And so we have an incredible, it's actually an interestingly, they're all women in this particular series, but they are all incredible women from all walks of life that have just done things their way, leading their way, including our wonderful Karen.
I was like, can I do things against the grain? Can I please be in this book? Because if you want to create change, you got to do things differently, and that is going against the grain.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, particularly as women, we've been able to identify that you don't have to do things the way that they have been done in the past, and being empathetic and compassionate and gentle, it's okay. It still works. In fact, it probably works better.
Yeah.
So, and our future generation, Karen, sometimes I sit back and I think, gosh, can we just give them a voice? So
Mhm.
this is more to them, particularly to say, put your hand up, I'll back you, you know.
Oh, absolutely, Kathy. People who are the leaders now are you don't have to use force. You don't have to be, to be very controlling. The leadership now is showing people the way, but there's a lot of love in it. I always say love conquers all, and you inject love into something, it grows so much faster. So, and that's what it is. You're injecting a lot of love into these projects and into your mission. So I look forward to continuing to support you along the way, all that I can do. But I think that you're amazing. And Same People, Different Vision is a game changer book. It's definitely one that everyone should have on their shelf. And Going Against the Grain. Wow. Like, it's all encompassing. So Cathy, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything you want to share with anybody before we go?
Um, Guys, just believe in yourself. Everything that you actually want to achieve in the world is there within you. If you actually need support, reach out, reach out to me, reach out to anybody. Just know that you can actually do it and there's nothing stopping you. Limitless beliefs. If I can leave you with anything, remember, just think big and actually chase it. It's there for you to take.
There we go. That is part of the essence of what you will get in Same People, Different Vision. Cathy, where can people go to grab this book?
Well, you can actually get it online through KDM Books. You
Yeah.
can get it through Solutions to You on our website. And
It'll be available everywhere on launch time as well, and in bookstores through Paribo distribution. It's a joy as always. Watch this space, guys. We will come back with more interviews, and yeah, go and check out Solutions to You and Cathy Dimarchos. Thank you, Cathy.
thank you, Karen. See you, everyone.
Everyone.